This is the Nightwolf howling at you. And today I'm going to go over the stuff I picked up at the Chicago Toy Show. That was the last Sunday of July, the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con. And coincidentally, probably not, it was a very small show this time. They only had 2 of the buildings open, where previously they'd had 3 buildings and 2 of the livestock barns for people to enjoy shopping in. And Rogue here was one of the first figures I bought, and I got her for $40. The guy originally wanted $45. He dropped it down to $40. Every other Rogue I'd seen in there had been $40 at the time, so I was just like, screw it, I'll just pick it up here. And then, of course, 10 minutes later, I found somebody selling her for $35. So I got kind of a little bit screwed there. But this is the X-Men 97 one. I mean, this sucker was going for upwards of $80 to $100 when she first came out because nobody could get their hands on her. So I'm glad I got this one. You can see the back with all the other characters here. I didn't see the Storm either. I'm not sure I'd buy, honestly, I'm not sure I'd buy any of these other characters though. I got Rogue and I've got Jubilee. These were kind of my favorite characters from the original show. I mean, obviously I also have Jean Grey and the White Queen. So at one of the other vendors, I picked up these 2 items. Wow, sorry about that. Yeah, I picked up these 2 items. The blocky model kit for Rival's Invisible Woman. I definitely wanted to get that to try it out, see how these models work. And since Jubilee came out, I'm sincerely hoping that we'll get a Jubilee one also. Then I also picked up Marvel's Husk. This was a figure I had skipped out on originally when she came out, figuring that she would be sold at a discounted price, and she never was. So I finally just broke down and picked her up at the show. I did get $5 off when I bought the 2 together. Like I said, generally, I'm trying to show this stuff by the vendors I went to. And we will do a video at some point in the semi-near future, I hope, of putting this model kit together and then testing it out to see how well it works. At another of the vendors, I picked up this Cardcaptor Sakura doll. This was a bendy thing that came out, God, must have been in the late 90s, I think. She was only $10. Her accessories are here. Oops. As well as her backpack. I did like the show when I was younger. Oh, look, she's even got underwear. In a minute. So there is actually a bit of an underskirt on here too. But the main reason I picked up this figure was because I am aware that most of this clothing will work on some of the Monster High dolls. So I wanted a Japanese school uniform for my Monster High dolls. Should for sure work on the kind of little sister one. But like Twilight and Howleen, this should fit on no problem. But I am not a big fan of the bendy kind of toys like this to start with. Like, I don't know why they didn't release these as real dolls back in the day, but they didn't. I got this Marvel Legends Psylocke in the classic X-Men uniform. It was part of a 3-pack originally. Looks like she has all of her stuff with her, and I wanted this figure. I didn't care about the other 2. I don't even remember what the other 2 were who were in that pack. Just that I wanted this one. I do have the 3-pack with Jubilee in it, because as you might recall, Jubilee is my favorite X-Men character. Probably my favorite Marvel character, to be honest with you. But I don't know what I did with that box. So one of these days I'm going to have to find that and pull that out. But yeah, so I got Psylocke. Then as we were getting ready to leave the show, I was looking around because I saw some stuff, a couple items that I wanted to pick up if I saw them again. This version of Invisible Woman was one of them. I like the black and blue uniform here. I want to note that I am positive the first time I saw this, because I did get it at the correct booth, at the same booth I saw it at originally. She was $20, and I believe she had the Connect and Connect part on there, which was to make Super Scroll. Not that I was getting any of these other characters for it, mind you, but as I was saying, I'm pretty sure that the part was originally with this figure when I first saw her. I don't think it's too big of a deal since I don't care about it and I'm not putting it together. I mostly wanted the figure, so I'm alright with that. Female version of Electro for $10. Funny story on this one. I could not remember where I saw this. Again, it was a last minute one. And since I went to the show with V, she ended up asking me, well, do you want me just to look around myself real quick to see if I can see it? I'm like, yeah, sure, if you want. So she rushed through the first building. She sent me a picture of it. I'm like, yep, that's the one. Grabbed it for me. I paid her back for it by buying her lunch at Beef Shack. So I got her. This was pretty much the only, well, okay, I actually would like the Spider-Man from the Unlimited series if I could find it. I don't think I ever saw it in the stores, and I don't think I've ever seen it at the toy show. But that is another figure I would like to get, because that was a pretty good cartoon. So this is one of the purchases I made. Samurai Battlecat from the 2000X series. Every time I've searched for this online, it's always come up as being around $40 out of the box and usually incomplete. So finding it in the box was a big win in my opinion. I bought a second item with this, and so that also netted me a discount of $5 on this. Oh, dude, I actually thought Panther had been, dude, if I ever find Battle Raptor, I think I'd like to get that too. I still need to get like the Samurai Armor He-Man for this series too, if I can. But yeah, this was something I wasn't like looking for it, but it's one of those things where I wanted to get it if I find it. Like every so often on eBay, when I have all my bills paid off and no credit card debt, I like to look for these. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the main item. This was the first thing I bought. It also is at the same time as the Battlecat. And while I'm not going to call this a holy grail, I was super happy to find this because it's another one of those items that I occasionally look for. So yeah, this was $100. It is the 2000X version of Castle Grayskull. At the time the 2000X toys came out, I had very little interest in them. I think I've mentioned that once before. I'd picked up some here and there, though. Like, I got the original He-Man. Actually, I got both versions of He-Man. I got my hands on a Tila and a Skeletor and a Prince Adam. I think those were all my original figures. And by original He-Man, I mean, they had the one with the cross on it, then they had that weird H symbol that they used later on. This was in the box. Obviously not mint in box. Ooh. Looks, I'm pretty sure everything's here. I did not check, however, at the time, because I did not realize how easy it was to open up this box. Although I don't think that was supposed to happen that way. I have no idea what this version of He-Man they're showing is either. But yeah, this is the Castle Grayskull. It takes batteries. It's got a bunch of extra weapons like the original Castle Grayskull had, including like just variations on some of those weapons. That Stratos is a weird color too. And there's a golden power sword in there. But yeah, this is something, again, I've been looking for. It was $100 at the show. I've been to a used toy store that had an incomplete version of this for $125. I've seen incomplete versions go for up to $150 to $200 on eBay. I don't even think I ever saw one in box though on eBay when I looked. Or if it had, it was far enough down in the list, because I always organize stuff by the price. So it was probably far enough down the list that I didn't even want to bother with looking. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy to have gotten this Castle Grayskull. This is probably the big prize for the show this time around. So as I kind of said in the last video though, if there's anything here you want me to go ahead and do a review on, please let me know in the comments below. Last time, nobody left any comments about it at the time, so I just went about my normal reviewing days. Last week, I didn't do quite as many reviews as I normally do in the week, and that's because, I'll be perfectly honest, I was so disappointed in both items, I didn't feel like recording anymore, which is sad, but it's not like I'm making money off of any of this, so it's not going to affect my income any. Although, I wonder if I should consider a Patreon. I don't know if I'm worth that or not, but hey, actually, why don't you guys let me know if you think I could do a Patreon and actually make it worthwhile. That being said, this was a great toy haul overall, I think. I still haven't found the one item I've really been looking for at the toy show, which was, okay, there's two items I've been looking, one I've been looking for a while, and that's the Prince Adam He-Man 2-pack for Origins that was based on the DC comic. And then of course, I was hoping to find the Castle Grayskull popcorn bucket there, but I didn't see anybody there with it at the time that I went into the show. Not to say that somebody didn't have it at one point and I just didn't see it and it got bought before I got there, but just I didn't find it and I was disappointed. But why don't you guys let me know what you think of these items here? For sure, I do plan on putting together that blokees model kit, hopefully within a couple weeks. Other than that, if there's anything here you want me to go ahead and do a review for sure, like to put it up on my list, just leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this look at the Chicago Toy Show haul, please feel free to smash that like button. And if you want to see more of my nonsense in the future, you can subscribe. Perhaps you might even want to hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.